Let's turn to author and former U.S. diplomat Nabeel Khoury. He joins us from here in Washington. Nabeel, welcome to the program. And I'm going to begin with this emergency meeting at the UN Security Council. Israel's plan to take over Gaza, as we saw in Karina's piece, has faced intense criticism from Western nations, UK, France, and then we also have China and Russia, all these countries, permanent members of the UN Security Council. But with the United States absent or not supporting this kind of opposition, do these meetings really achieve anything?
Well, first of all, the point that should be made that the idea of full occupation of Gaza is not new. It was done before, and Ariel Sharon had to withdraw in 2005 as it was too costly then. At this point, Israel occupies 2/3 of Gaza. The remainder is not very much. And as horrible as this genocidal war has been up to now, pushing ahead for Gaza City and the rest of the Gaza Strip will be even more devastating to the Palestinian population. At the same time, it will be costly to the Israeli army and the Israeli economy. Now, the pressure is building up to some extent inside Israel, but it's building up from both sides of the political equation, right and left, and therefore it doesn't really impact the decision that Netanyahu has made to push ahead. He has the full support.
Let me interrupt you, Nabeel, because I only have a few minutes, and I really want to get your take on this meeting, this emergency meeting, a rare Sunday session at the UN Security Council. Widespread opposition to Netanyahu's Gaza City plan, with intense criticism from all members of the UN, permanent members of the UN Security Council, except the United States. And without the United States, my question to you is, without the United States joining that chorus of opposition, can anything really be achieved at the United Nations?
The simple answer is no. At this point, there is nothing stopping Israel from continuing to push ahead to depopulate Gaza any way it can. International pressure is building up, but more important than the government's voting at the Security Council is the popular level pressure, the demonstrations and the boycotts. Ultimately, there's nothing in the immediate sense that will stop the full invasion, but in the long run, if popular pressure builds up into actual boycotts of Israel at the commercial level, the popular level, and certainly at the political level, that's the only thing that will change the equation and save Palestinian lives. It did this to South Africa and changed the apartheid regime back in the late 80s, and it can do so with Israel, but it will take time.
Yeah, what about Germany's position? A strong Israel ally. It has come out against this plan as well, Nabeel, suspending the export of arms to Israel that could be used in Gaza. Is that significant?
It's only significant in that it sets a model, it sets a precedent for other European countries to follow suit. At this point, it does not impact the U.S. The Trump administration has been the main supplier of weapons on a daily basis. Tons and tons of bombs and missiles every day. The German position will not affect that, and therefore the Israeli behavior will not be affected. It will take time, but the German action is important if it has a snowball effect on other governments in Europe.
How worried are you about the dire humanitarian situation in Gaza? Reports of hunger, starvation, Palestinians dying every day, shortage of aid, shortage of food, and this, as you said, the reoccupation of Gaza City. What will it do to the Palestinian population there?
You know, this is very hard to take, and one has to make the point that this is the worst incident of war crimes and genocidal war that the world has seen since World War II. The Israelis and many of their supporters don't like the comparison. But the fact is, the Israelis today are doing in Gaza what even the Nazis, as horrible as they were, even the Nazis didn't go around shooting little kids and starving them the way Israel is doing to the Palestinians. It is absolutely horrible, and the world must stand up in the face of this and stop it. The danger is not going to be limited to Gaza. It will spread to the West Bank, and it will spread internationally. This is a very dangerous situation.
All right, Nabeel Khoury, thank you, sir.